through a corner. Sometimes actually drifting is good training for us because of, it's still, there's a lot of sliding, while in the hot lap. But because of we got used to it too much with the grip, that trying to not slide too much, sometimes you can't really react as much as you used to be. So actually drifting training is some drivers does it, and actually some point even like when I went back Japan, I did some time on the snow doing something drifting and just have fun. Yeah.
This is a question that I'm asking all of my guests in all seriousness. If you could be a car, a plane, a boat, or a motorbike, which would you be and why?
Oh, good question. I'm thinking either plane or motorbike. I think the plane is quite good because you can fly around, but probably it'll be boring. You see just same view all the time. So above the clouds, so I'll choose motorbike.
Yeah, we're like trying to match people's personalities with which vehicle they take. I love the fact that you chose the plane. You're like, well, kind of boring.
Yeah.
Just floating about up there. We'll take the motorbike.
I'm actually quite easy to get boring with any sports. Probably that's why I got distracted with a lot of sports. That's probably one of the reasons that I got distracted. But yeah, it's just easy to get bored.
That's my favourite tagline from this podcast. You can
Speak to you soon, driver.
Snowed a great driver, easily distracted.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you've been driving for a very long time. Your father was a mechanic and a former car racer himself. How has his influence been pivotal on your career?
Yeah, definitely my dad. Influenced my career a lot of parts, and like I said previously, that for example driving, part of my driving skill that I have a lot of confidence in the braking. Definitely my dad gave a lot of tips about braking, and he's the one who always saying like, when you start, first thing you enter to the corner, the first thing you do is braking, right? Maybe some corners doesn't do it, but that brake and how you brake will affect your car movements afterwards. So braking is actually really important part of the corner. And he loved to do something mechanics, like touching some cars, karting and set up the cars, and also probably he used to do a bit of motorsports as well, so he enjoyed doing a lot of doing motorsports with me. And I think he was always part of my career after, especially like 14 years old. He was very strict, started 4 years old, like we started casually, and once I actually started to win, probably he saw this bit of talent to myself, and maybe he thought probably we thought that maybe we can be professional driver at some point, but step up like that way, we need to be more serious with motorsport. He's the one started to be a bit more serious and strict, and that's why one of the reasons that I sometimes didn't like motorsports, because he was always the person like angry, mad at me, like when I have bad race, he's the one who's very mad at me and really enjoy it, but without those things and without his teach or taught like lesson, I wouldn't be here. So yeah, I very appreciate him.
I think it makes a better driver, genuinely. I did go-karting when I was 7 years old, and my dad was always like, it's okay, sweetie. I remember hitting I remember the cone in the middle of the track, to separate the pack for the transponders. I just drove straight through it, and I came off the track, and my dad was like, it's okay, sweetheart. we'll go again next time. Cut forwards, I'm not a champion driver, so I can totally appreciate the strictness from dads. It definitely gives you a good level of discipline.
Sometimes actually, I was always watching the drivers or the family that's parents teaching to their kids very kindly, and I was always compared to my situation with my dad. Like,